Hey guys, good day, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is you're watching this video. I asked you guys some questions on Twitter and Instagram and you guys have answered them. So I thought I'd do a really quick little Q&A for you. I'm going to try and make it brief. I'm going to try and not to ramble on. But yeah, maybe let's just get stuck in. Thank you for your questions. Okay, question number 1. From Eddie on Twitter, are you happy in London and do you consider moving to Cape Town? What is your next big adventure? 3 questions there. Am I happy in London? Yes, I'm very happy. I think I struggled a lot with going to and from places and coming back and feeling like, am I adjusted to London life? It's so different from everywhere else. But this time it was super easy. I fitted right back in and feel very happy because I have awesome friends and family here and it makes it really, really fun. So yes, I'm very happy to be back in London. I think Cape Town, yes, I would love to be in Cape Town for longer, but I think, yeah, maybe like half the year there, half the year here is still the dream for me. What is your next big adventure? I'm not sure. I think the New Zealand, Australia and Cape Town massive trip that I have just done over the last couple of months was always my focus, and now that's over, it's kind of just a bit of downtime to sit and breathe and yeah, kind of gather things again, and then we'll go from there in a month or so. So nothing massive planned at the moment, but we have some really fun trips spread throughout this year, so I'm very excited. May is looking awesome already. Laura on Twitter says, show us your phone lock screen and background picture. This is the background picture. If it doesn't focus, I'm just going to have it here. And my lock screen is this. Again, I'm going to have it here if it disappears. But yeah, this is this awesome collab between Media Collective and Mar London. This is such a cool piece of art. So I love that background. That's a cool question. Jess says, classic jam donut or custard filling? Jess, you should know me. You should know it's definitely the classic jam. Donuts are extremely welcome, Jess. Sloan says on Twitter, don't know if that's real name or not, what is your favourite photo you've taken to date? That is such a hard question. I think I'm just gonna change your question slightly. The most recent photo that I've loved was definitely this one, which I'm gonna have up here for you. This was taken when I was camping in New Zealand, literally camping in the middle of nowhere by a lake, this beautiful campsite, most amazing array of stars that I've ever seen. And I slept in that little tent on top of the car. It was my dream. Like, to have that moment was my dream. And I think I've said this before, but for me, my favourite photos are usually the memories attached to the photo. So that was awesome for me. Bertie, he says on Twitter, when are you coming to Seattle? I really hope soon. Yeah, I really would love to go to Seattle and Portland again, probably at the end of summer. That would be the dream. So if you're around, make sure you're around. Yeah, I'm hoping. I really, really want to go back to Seattle and Portland. It's just not a priority right now, but I would love to go this year sometime. Next question. When traveling abroad, how do you keep your photo and internet data specifically? That's a good question. Oh my goodness, I spend so much money on data when I'm abroad. What I did on my last trip, I have a different SIM card for everywhere I go. I have like an American, New Zealand, Australian, South African, all these different SIM cards, all pay and go, because that's usually when you get the best rates. So other than that, I'll just, buy a ton of data and then go to cafes, and if they have Wi-Fi, great, I'll use that. But yeah, I spend far too much money on data. It's ridiculous. Okay, cool. Question from Andy. How do you think your faith in God has helped in your life so far? Do you think your career is honouring Him? Wow, that's a really deep question. How do I think my faith has helped me? I think I wouldn't have been able to do anything that I've done so far without my faith. Quite simply because I'm not talented enough at anything that I've done. So I genuinely believe that I wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for my faith, but also I think just when you have faith, then it just opens these barriers that you've maybe placed on yourself or other people have placed on you, and it enables you to just it lifts the barriers on what you believe you're capable of, because it's not just you anymore, if that makes sense. So it's been really awesome to kind of have that realization that actually what I'm capable of might be here, but what I'm capable of with faith is here, and it's about finding how to open the barriers and enable yourself to jump through that gap. And do I think my career is honouring Him? I can only hope so. I think we all mess up, and I think we all do things maybe that might not be honouring God, but yeah, I can only hope so. I think if you're pursuing your talents and pursuing your passions, then it can do nothing but honour. How do you feel when you are travelling? Are you coming back to El Salvador? I love all these followers from El Salvador. Okay, how do I feel when I'm travelling? Normally just really, really excited. I love that feeling of going to a new place. Maybe a little bit nervous or a little bit stressed in order to get the right shot if I need to. But yeah, in general, just really, really excited. Am I coming back to El Salvador? I would love to come back soon. Some of the friendliest, nicest people I've ever met. What other countries would you love to visit? This is such a hard question. Top of my list at the moment, I'll give you the top 3. Number 1, Rwanda. Number 2, Patagonia in Chile. And number 3, not a country. Let's go Ethiopia. Okay, now I've just lost my questions. Okay, Bobby asks, I have a big cross-country race coming up in a few months. Any advice? I would say just make sure you get a really good amount of sleep and eat properly for the week beforehand. That'll make a massive difference, especially if you're nervous and you don't sleep or eat very much the night before. That's a really good tip. Other than that, just go out there, race hard and enjoy it, I guess. Haven't done cross country in a long time and I didn't enjoy it when I did it. That's the irony. Coming from experience, have you ever been discouraged? If so, did it affect you and how did you get past it? That's a really interesting question. Have I ever been discouraged? Yes, numerous times. I think, yeah, when a job doesn't go through, or just in general, I think when you're going down or doing one thing in life and you have a setback or a knockback, then it's always discouraging. I think that's when you have like good people around you and you just snap yourself out of it. It really is just a choice whether you're gonna wallow in that discouragement or whether you're just gonna think, okay, that happened, I was discouraged, and now I'm gonna look past that and I'm gonna keep going. And I think if you're pursuing something which is on your heart, no matter how many discouragements you have, if you're pursuing something that is on your heart, you're gonna keep heading in that same direction no matter what, and you're gonna keep chasing your dream. And if you get discouraged, it's a setback and you just keep going. So yeah, I think discouragement is really about a mindset, and how you deal with the discouragement is probably more important than the discouragement itself. Okay, Nathan says he's running his second marathon this year. What's your best advice to improve on time and length of training? Okay, if you're running a second marathon, you know what you're doing. But improving on time really comes down to, I think, doing specific training. So not just going out and doing a run, but to have a session in mind. Just don't alter more than one thing at once, if that makes sense. So if you're gonna increase your speed, don't increase the length of the run, or vice versa. Just build up very slowly. And this next question, number 1, Defender is my jam. True, great song. Find myself in a position where I can go overseas. I'm going to London. Any tips and tricks for a first-time traveller, specifically money saving? That's really hard. I'm so bad at giving advice for London spots. I think the further out of the centre you stay and you eat, it's going to be cheaper. I think if you want to go for good coffee spots and good eating and dining experiences, definitely go to East London. Shoreditch Old Street vibes is really, really cool. There's lots of markets, that's always cheaper food. Spitalfields markets, there's some food markets like Box Park and all those areas. That's normally a little cheaper than eating out. But yeah, also just don't stay central, just stay in the suburbs or stay sort of zone 2, 3 and 4, and then you can just get the tube in. Maybe find like a travel pass tube thing, I don't know, I'm sure that is such thing. That will be cheaper for travel, I guess. Or just walk everywhere. But London is a big city, don't walk everywhere. That's a stupid suggestion. Okay, another question. Any ideas? This is from Pepe. Any ideas on a possible leisure trip soon? If you mean like chilled or relaxed trip, I could definitely recommend Positano and the Amalfi Coast. It's stunning. It's very relaxed, other than when you're driving, because it's very stressful to drive. People drive like maniacs there, and very thin roads. But yeah, beautiful place. Definitely good for relaxing holidays. Sebastian says favourite film and favourite song. I don't watch many films, but I would say recently I watched a film called Beyond the River. It's about the Duzi, or I think Dussie or something like that. A canoe race in South Africa. Beautiful film, had me crying, really, really good. Favourite song, I don't know. There is a song that we've recently discovered. Friend in Wellington showed me. It's called Take Off Your Cool, old song by Outkast featuring Norah Jones. I love that song right now. Reminds me of my trip. Yeah, that's it. That's my final question. The light is kind of just with us. It's probably a very strange video in terms of light, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope it was nice and brief and not too long for you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Next week we are heading out to do a kind of day in the life of London video, so that will be coming real soon. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys very soon, and go well.